So I want to force him to give me the Jhin. If they choose that giving me the Jhin is not correct, then they're gonna lose to the Fervor because there's gonna be 12 damage. Wow, so they just say we're gonna lose to the Fervor. Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's just a top deck, right? What, how likely can a top deck be? How likely can a top deck be, guys? You either have it or you don't. Hey everyone, Sirturmund here again. And today we're gonna go back to some Annie and Jhin. This meta, after the new patch that nerfed Elder Dragon and nerfed Morgana, has become a really aggressive meta. If you look at some of the stats, it's like Annie Jhin, Cannon Jhins, right? Like these very aggressive decks, even Pirates is up there, that are showcasing like 60+% win rate. So of course, whenever you have an aggressive meta, Annie Jhin kind of makes a comeback as one of those premier Noxus aggro decks. And of course, the good thing about this deck is it can be pretty cheap to build if you're a new player just getting into this game as well. Although Pirates is probably even cheaper if you're really trying to go for this budget deck. But anyways, it's been a while since we showcased Annie Jhin, and it looks like to be a very meta stable. So let's kind of see how it goes into these games. If you like these games, make sure to like the video below and subscribe to us. We post LOR videos every single day. I'm saying no to all the doomers. This game's still alive and kicking, and I'm gonna play it until it completely closes down. So expect to see videos from us as frequently as we can. So hope you enjoy the games, and I'll see you at the end for some mulligan tips and in-depth breakdown. In this match, we're gonna against Samira Fizz. Let's see how this goes here. So we can go Annie, Pigeon. We have a great hand, right? I guess if the opponent has warning shot into Samira, this makes it a little bit awkward because they'll be able to actually kill my Annie.
Come out, wherever you are.
Okay. We can trade the Pigeon here. Not the opponent can no longer do the play that I was talking about, right? We can trade the Pigeon into the Saboteur and be okay. And maybe just play my Saboteur myself. If the opponent doesn't do anything there, then I guess I just go Pigeon here. Yeah, so we give you the Pigeon if you want it. And then we'll go Saboteur. And that progresses my Annie and my Jhin, so that's why I kind of like the Saboteur better. We can open attack. No, we go Mana Soul Student now. Yeah, this is better. He advances my Jhin by so much and also gets the Annie quicker. Yeah, like this Jhin is gonna be leveling up very quickly with this Mana Soul Student and Annie on the field. We can save the Fervor for a Samira.
I'll burn what I've done.
Warning shot into Samira's spell, technically, I guess, can kill this Annie.
Say your farewells.
Nope, they just decided to keep their elusive, which makes sense. The Jhin is gonna trigger if we play this Fervor. Bonnie's at 13 already, and this Annie's gonna level up. And Jhin is gonna level up very quickly. We don't have anything else that we can trigger aside from Fervor. This is the only problem. Like, we can't trigger skills right now. I guess when we attack with the Annie, right, you'll do it. But we don't have anything that can trigger in the opponent's turn except for Fervor. So it's a little bit awkward because I don't know that I actually want to play that Fervor. That works. So now if the opponent plays Samira, we're safe because of the Witness. So yeah, we just go here and here. Samira is the only scary part that I have. And this is exactly what the opponent's gonna do, right? Oh, it wasn't even Samira? So it wasn't even Samira. I guess I still play the Witness and just trigger the Jhin here. Just push damage, get our Mana Soul Student enabled.
Where there's fire,
There's Dithers! Yeah, and again, this Jhin is pretty close, huh? Pretty close. Okay, so if we play Jhin, it's never Jhin now, right? It has to be this. We go here, we attack with everything. We know we have Tivers. I guess this lets the opponent play Shelly. If they have a Shelly, that could be a problem. Now we go like this, because even if they have Shelly, the Tivers then kills everything next turn. So we go here. Then we still have Fervor and Tivers for next turn. Sure. Here we can go... I don't want this to die, maybe. Do I want that to die? I kinda don't want this to die. Let's just go here. This is pushing extra damage every turn, so I don't think it's worth it to let it die. Between the Mana Soul Student and the Jhin, we can burn the opponent out, and also the Fervor. Even if the opponent blocks everything here. Because then we go Tivers, and it triggers the Mana Soul Student again, and shenanigans continue happening. Like, 4 right now still dies to a Fervor and Mana Soul Student. I guess if I just attack with the Mana Soul Student here... No, I still think it's correct enough, because the opponent still has one blocker, right? Opponent still has one blocker, so I still think it's correct to do this, to not put ourselves into trouble, right? The problem with the opponent is that this is damage, so if I go Tivers, you just lose your Elusive, and you lose your Dashing Dandy, and everything else.
Let me at him.
Yeah, so... Why don't we just go like this? This gives me a safe target for Fervor as well. Because now I can just Fervor the Tivers and not have to worry about the opponent having their own. I guess if the opponent has their own Fervor, that's fine. But they will need to give me 2 cards. They will need to have exactly 2 Fervors to kill them.
Think we'll find any customers in the arena?
Alright, so we're okay then, right?
So they better be buying.
Yeah, we're okay. We just go here. And that's game. Yeah, unfortunately for the opponent, I have both champions, right? I have both champions, and when you get both champions with this deck, very hard for you to actually win, so GG's. In this match, we're going against AJ the Pro, who's playing Jax Ornn. And it's crazy how, no matter how much things change, some things stay the same. Annie Jhin, Jax Ornn, for like the millionth time in the past like 6 months of the meta. This is not a bad hand. Wow. This is not a bad hand. It would be so much better if I had Jhin here. But I feel like I shouldn't get greedy. I should just go ahead and do this. We end up getting the Sunhawk. That's very good. This is such a good hand, actually.
Kindle picked me. That's why.
The Annie's gonna level up really quickly with the Mana Soul Student in place. The best thing here is if we get another 1-drop. If we get another 1-drop, like another Corsair or anything else, that would be crazy. I guess we can go Sunhawk, right? I mean, the Sunhawk stops the Snow Doggy, but then we're still getting hit next turn. I'm not able to attack with Annie next turn. Yeah, we need to do it this way. We need to do it this way. Maybe we don't actually play the Mana Soul Student. Because if we play the Mana Soul Student, we don't really have anything else that we can do here. Maybe it's actually Corsair into Stagehand. Yeah, maybe that's the play. We go Corsair into Stagehand. That's gonna get the Annie to 5 out of 6. I guess I can just attack with the Sunhawk, right? We don't need to actually play the Stagehand right now. Like, if the opponent doesn't develop anything here, does it make more sense to... Because I'm scared of playing Stagehand and then the opponent playing something that can block the Annie. I want to attack with Annie this turn if I can.
I will tell you.
So, like, there you go. So the opponent has the way to block the Annie, right? So we might just say okay here and just push this damage and save the Stagehand for later. This is still gonna level up my Annie because we can go Mana Soul Student into Stagehand on my next attack turn. the Fervors is not bad either. We can also just Fervor this combat cook right now, right? Or do we just go and keep the Fervor to go for lethal?
Garlic works in a pinch.
Donnie.
Yeah, I guess we just take that.
That sounds like fun.
I can also go Fervor into the Snow Doggy right now. That also works for me. I kind of want to. I really want to trigger this Mana Soul Student. Interesting. That's a. I guess that's a smart play. That is a smart play. Yeah, let's go like this. Let's get this value, start burning the opponent out. Let's get the Annie to level up with the stage hand. And do our thing. So we know that we can go... ooh, do I want to have the Fervor or do I want to have the Saboteur? Ooh, this is tough. This is tough. Do I want to have the Fervor backup or do I want to have the Saboteur on the field? The Saboteur is going to die to this anyways, right? Let's go like this.
If we seek forgiveness, we must commit.
We get the Tivers. We cannot use our other dude until after we play Tivers, of course.
I can,
We get another burn. The Annie's going to be able to stun whatever the opponent blocks with.
embrace your fate as I have mine.
And, yeah, so if the opponent decides to block here, we can, if they decide to block the Annie, they're just gonna get stunned. So I guess we go like this. We'll keep the Saboteur. We'll keep the Mana Soul Student and just attack. Because the Saboteur is just gonna get blocked by the Weaponsmith, so there's no reason to do that to block that there.
You'll ruin the work.
Yeah, it makes more sense. I guess it doesn't matter. You take the same amount of damage. They have to open attack, and if they open attack, that's gonna be 11. 13. So that's actually enough for lethal if they just full on open attack. We might have to give up the Mana Soul Student, but if the opponent open attacks and we block with the Mana Soul Student, we can just go Tivers. If they choose not to do anything, then we just go Tivers anyways. Yeah, so this open attack is a little bit problematic for them. I can even block with Annie here. So then I'm telling them that you need to have yeah, I just block here, and I'm telling you have to have a Sky Splitter to save one of these two. I guess they just go Sky Splitter into the Weaponsmith Apprentice and just call it there. Yeah, I don't like this attack by them. Because again, I'm just gonna go like this. You're gonna have to have a Sky Splitter to kill the Annie. And that's only gonna save this, and then we just get to kill this combat cook because Tivers is gonna deal 2 to any damage, to all damage enemies. So you're letting me damage your units. Yeah. So then we go here, and your whole board goes bye-bye. And we still keep the Annie, apparently, by the way. That's annoying. That's a little bit more annoying here. Because that's going to be a lot of healing that the opponent's going to heal up. I think we go ahead and do this. I honestly think we go ahead and just kill this, because that healing is going to be a problem. It also enables me to go for the Experimenter here, depending on what I draw. So depending on what I draw here, I can go Experimenter, right? So we can go Saboteur into Experimenter. That's better than playing any of these, right? I think I just want to go for the Experimenter. He gets rid of a blocker. Yeah, let's just go here. That potentially gets me a Jhin as well, and we're able to trigger the Jhin because we have 3 skills. Okay, not a Jhin, but the stuns are going to be really good, because even if the opponent gets an Ornn, we can still deal with it. Opponent has to block Tivers. They cannot block the Annie. The Pirouettes can deal damage. Not bad. Okay, that's, I mean, it's not the best, but it's not bad either, right?
My heroic last stands never seem to stick.
This way.
So that does give the opponent a lot of options because they're gonna be able to level up this. They're gonna be able to level up the Jax. So I guess we just open attack. I mean, if the opponent has it, they have it, right? If they have exactly... If they can beat us with the open attack, they get there. The problem is that they only have Jax, right? So the open attack on the Jax is not enough. The Jax has Overwhelm, so I guess they could transfer the amulet into the Jax and be able to get there. We do have a 3 health blocker, but I don't think that's enough. So if they transfer this amulet and they have another unit, it could be enough. Otherwise, they get punished by the stun. Yeah, you have to block here, right? You cannot block this one. I guess your other option is blocking here, and that means it's 1 less damage. But then that means you take 2 and you're losing to a 3rd fervor. Yeah, so this is opponent has to open attack. They know they have to open attack. I played way too many stuns in this deck. I think they get there. Now that they got the Jax, I do think they get there. Yeah, with the fearsome. So that's 8, and then the level up. You have to do it. It's exactly 10. Yeah, it's exactly 10. So they get just enough to get there. And we don't have another fervor, so it doesn't matter, right? Literally 1 damage off, right? This is where I really needed. I still think the experimenter was correct. I just wish I had like another Jhin or something earlier on. So, GG's. In this match, we're gonna against Teemo and Caitlyn. So we just need to aggro them down, right? Forget about whatever they want to do to us. I guess we'll go here. It's the same. I think I actually like the Corsair better. I'm gonna tell you what. I think the Corsair is better because I think the only wonder that the opponent has here that can kill Corsair is gonna be Teemo. Okay, well, I guess we just go Annie now. Okay, I was gonna say, I just throw the Corsair down because it lets me advance the Jhin. And if the opponent decides to block that with the Teemo, we'll have been okay with that. We end up just getting the Annie anyway, so it doesn't matter. This is gonna force the opponent to Mystic. Like, if the opponent blocked with their Teemo in the Corsair, we'll have been okay with that, right? So we got lucky, sure. But it also wouldn't have been the end of the world for us to do that. We'll go here. Opponent should absolutely Mystic this.
I never miss.
We just attack, right? I was trying to debate if I want to play any of these stunts, but I don't think we play the stunts right now. We just attack. If the opponent has like a Sky Splitter to kill the Annie, that's okay with me. We still get the value here, which is what I'm looking for. Next time we can even honestly develop the Jhin and just go for like Sunhawk into Stagehand on turn 5. So like here we'll go here. So this is a Sky Splitter, right? This has to be a Sky Splitter. Or I guess Elixir also works, right? It's alright. We lose the Annie, but I think that's fine. I think losing the Annie is okay. Considering we just pushed all this damage and we're gonna have Jhin. And we're gonna force the opponent to most likely block with that team. Now, the one problem with this Jhin is if the opponent actually goes for double Mystic to kill the Jhin. Okay, well, they can no longer go double Mystic. So I'm cool with this. Sure. Yeah, so we go Sunhawk, we go Stagehand, and we can even go Dancing Grenade to get his full stun on everything that the opponent has. Maybe you Mystic here. No, decides not to. Yeah, so we go Sunhawk, we go Stagehand, we go Dancing Grenade. That lets us get the stun on the Jhin. And we get to stun the whole board. Again, I guess I'm still concerned about the double I'm still concerned about the double Mystic here. That's the one way that the opponent gets saved. Alright.
I am frightened.
I guess we're just gonna go here. Do you just have a harsh winds then? Like, what is going on? What is going on, my friend? If the opponent doesn't develop another unit, I don't think we do this, because we know that the team was gonna get stunned anyways when we attack with the Jhin. If the opponent gives me a unit, then we just... So if we go like this... So we actually want to go here. stun the Teemo, attack with the Jhin, and be able to kill the Teemo.
I will give them a show to remember.
We also get this spell right back, right? So we know that the opponent's gonna try to kill this Jhin, right? So I think we just go like this. Yeah, we know the Jhin is gonna die, so no reason for me to. I guess we can just damage. We can just damage here. It's the same thing, right? You're gonna kill the Jhin, but the Jhin is still lethal. You need to kill the Jhin and also have like a Brittle Steel. And you still lose the Teemo, even if you level up the Teemo. Now, losing the second Jhin does put us in a tough situation. Oh, okay. Well, I guess opponent... That's one reason why I should have gone here then, right? Because the Flashbang could actually hit the station now. Doesn't matter, we got there. I did not think about that draw spell. Which, by the way, I was okay with because, look, it drew me into more cards anyways. So there we go. GG's. In this match, we're going against Annie Jhin Mirror. We got our Jhin. I'm gonna actually look for Annie. I'm gonna look for Annie, and I guess I could have kept the 1-drop so that we could block the opponent's attack here. We can do it with our Saboteur if we want to. If it's Annie, if the opponent has their own Annie, then this makes it easy because I can just play Saboteur and attack with the Saboteur. Okay, perfect. So I can go like this, and yes, the opponent gets their Annie, and I didn't get my Annie, but we do have Jhin, so maybe we're hoping that the opponent doesn't have their Jhin. If they have both champions and I don't have both champions, then this is gonna be very sad. How much do I hate this? No, because the opponent could have their own Sunhawk. If the opponent has their own Sunhawk, then I get punished. Yeah, if the opponent has their own Sunhawk, that would have not been a good trick, right? We could go here, I guess, and just kill this. Otherwise, we take 2, 3. I think I'm down to take 3. I think I'm down to take 3. Okay, now I'm taking 5. Is that worth it? It might be worth it. It might be worth it to set up like a big attack afterwards. Because the opponent has to open attack here. There's no question about it. Because we know that we can get the Jhin. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. No way. No way. No way. You know I play Sunhawk. You play it too. So now you're going to lose your Pigeon? Oh, okay, okay. I was wondering. I was like, what is he trying to do? That's what they were trying to do, right? So I guess we just do the same thing. I was so confused. I was like, no way you're doing that. Okay, okay. That makes more sense. I still don't think it's good for them, by the way. But at least it makes sense. At least it makes sense. Maybe we just play Jhin. Yeah, maybe we just play Jhin, to be honest. Go stage hand next turn. Opponent still needs 3 skills to level her up. I guess opponent's gonna be able to do the same thing now to us. So that's 2 skills. They need 1 skill still to be able to trigger their Jhin.
Our performance begins.
If they go for this,
I wanna play.
they could have a second Annie. Are you really gonna have the second Annie, opponent?
I will give them a show to remember.
I guess they're gonna have the second Annie. You know what? If you have it, you have it. Whatever. If you have the second Annie, you have the second Annie. You win the game. I'm not gonna play around it. I'm not gonna play around it. If you have it, you have it. Could be a Fervor, I guess. Oh, okay. So it's just the Fervor. He levels up the Annie and he keeps the Annie from dying. I guess that's fair. Yeah, I know I needed to block that. I needed to force him to do something here, because otherwise I'm still probably just dying anyways, because this gets stunned now. Yeah, the opponent got the full stun, so I don't even get to trade with that. We lose the Jhin, opponent has both champions, and again, opponent got both champions, I didn't, and that's what I was talking about, that we were just gonna always lose that. Tivers means that this dies, and one of these guys is also gonna die for free. I guess we can go here first, at least trigger the pirouette. You can Tivers to kill 2 units, and we go double stage hand and see what happens. So we can go double stage and force him to block with both their... Yeah, we can go stage hand here.
We are at the threshold of something.
Stage hand.
Embrace your fate as I have mine.
I want them to block here, right? Because that's going to be 8, 11, 12 if the opponent doesn't block with the Jhin. Okay, I guess if they block here, so 8, 11, 12, so they lose to a Fervor. So they're losing to a Fervor here. If they don't block, if they don't give me the Jhin, they lose to the Fervor.
What we do is so much bigger than us both.
So we're gonna go here and here. So I want to force him to give me the Jhin. If they choose that giving me the Jhin is not correct, then they're gonna lose to the Fervor because it's gonna be 12 damage.
Heartless.
Wow, so they just say we're gonna lose to the Fervor. Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's just a top deck, right? What, how likely can a top deck be? How likely can a top deck be, guys?
Places, people.
You either have it or you don't. Yeah, you have the second one, opponent? Do you have the second one? They didn't want to give me the Jhin, and look at what happened. You either have it or you don't. That's it. GG's. I can't believe that. In this match, we're gonna against Nami and Samira. So obviously, more like a just it's pretty much Samira Fizz, but with Nami, right? I do like the Mana Soul Student, but I do feel like I want to look at my champions. I don't even know if I actually keep the Corsair, to be honest. I mean, am I crazy enough to say that I want to look for my champions here and just trash all my 1-drops? Okay, we get Annie, so I guess I got rewarded for it. That's gonna be good later.
Let's go make some friends.
Does the opponent have anything with 3 HP? I guess they have. Nah, let's go for it. I'm trying to think. I guess they could have the Corsair, the 2 mana 1/3. That will keep, but it doesn't kill the Annie, right?
I excel at making heads
Okay.
turn and roll.
I guess you get your flare here. You get your flare, and then you play another. Then you play another Samira, but that second Samira gets punished by the Sunhawk. So the flare does let them get value if they have another Samira here, because they can play flare, plunder, get Samira, get another flare on top of it. Ooh, and we get the Corsair, so we can go Sunhawk, Corsair. Actually, probably better to just play the Witness, right? Since we have triggered the. Yeah, it's better to play the Witness here.
The chance.
So we can play Witness. It's more damage than the Sunhawk. And then we go Sunhawk. And hopefully we get something else that we can play with the Sunhawk. No matter what, this Annie's gonna level up, right? Unless the opponent has a way to kill her right now. That's a good draw. So we go like this. Yeah, these stunts are just too much. These stunts are way too much against them. We have another Witness next turn. Question is, I guess depending on what the opponent plays here. Okay, no, I'm gonna develop. I'm gonna develop and just push this damage. We pull this one, attack, attack, attack. Annie levels up, but we don't get the Annie skill, unfortunately. I guess the opponent could have a Fervor, but they would have to sacrifice one of their units if they want to do it before Annie levels up. And then we have the option of Enraged Fire Spitter or Tivers. Okay, so we just go like this.
Aim.
Yep.
Captain's
And I attack with everything, because if the opponent wants to block the Corsair here, that means that they're taking more damage everywhere else. So I'm okay with them blocking the Corsair here and getting the fair of the trade if they want to. They could also have a Samira spell, I guess. Yeah, so this is still the level 1 skill, because we only had 2 skills, so Annie leveled up after she had already attacked. Yeah. And you go down to 5. This is 2. So we're only looking for 3 more damage, which could be a Fervor. They actually gonna go ahead and do it. So now we just need 2 more damage, right? Which can be... Okay. Alright. There we go. I think that's the best option. I don't think you want to go... Like, you want to defend as much as possible. And unfortunately, that means sacrificing and getting a bad trade here. You still get your Flare, so you can pull this one or this one next turn. And get value that way. But you have to do it to the open attacker, so otherwise you get punished by the Witness. That's the first Fervor. And they get punished by the Witness. So then we go here, and then we just open attack and win the game. Yeah, you couldn't do that. I don't think you were allowed to do that. I think if you wanted to potentially have a chance to survive, I don't think they were surviving anyways, right? But if you actually wanted a chance of quote-unquote surviving, you needed to just open attack with Samira. I guess we'll go here. Might as well just use the unit that is gonna die. We open attack and then we can fire spitter after the attack to push the last damage that we will need. Yeah. We all know what's happening here, my friends. I'm sorry. Go here, boom boom. Shouldn't be a way for them to survive this. Now with 7 mana and with this region. So, and then again, we still have Fire Spitter, Tusk Speaker as potential backups to get us those CGGs. Hey, welcome back everyone. Hope you enjoyed those games of Annie Jhin. I'm still hyped up about that Annie Jhin mirror. Like, you know, I played for my outs, right? I knew the only way I won that game was the Fervor. So what I did, the reason that I did 1 damage with the Pirouette to the Jhin is to make the opponent not want to block the Crimson Pigeon with their Jhin, so that we could push exactly 12 damage. If I instead did 1 damage to their Nexus, I'm 100% positive that the opponent would have just blocked the Crimson Pigeon, and they would have been left at 4 HP, and Fervor wouldn't have been enough. Of course, the opponent should have just blocked anyways. They should have just blocked the stagehand. They literally had lethal. They literally have lethal there with your Annie and your Tivers. Like, there's no reason for you to keep this Jhin alive, but people get greedy and people get punished, and that's what happens. The rest of the game is pretty straightforward, showcasing what this deck can do. It's very good against this Samira style decks, right? Because we're able to kind of put so much pressure into them and be able to stun their elusives if you're playing against Samira and Nami, or even against that Fizz deck, we're able to just stun their units and just be able to push all this damage and force the opponent to block into us. It's a staple for a reason, right? In terms of mulligan, I do think the champions are so important in this deck. So the games where I get both champions, you're gonna like win 90% of the time. So I do want to have both champions. I'm looking for both Annie and Jhin, even if it means sometime kicking some 1-drops. I guess if I am attacking on turn 1, then, you know, obviously I'll keep the Saboteur every single time and attack with her. But sometimes I am willing to kick away these 1-drops just so that I can try to find Annie or Jhin. Just because it's so good to have them on the field, and it just gets you so much farther ahead than if you didn't have them. Aside from that, remember that unlike all the aggro decks where you're just going wide and attacking, this deck relies more on stuns. So you're stunning the opponent's key units and be able to push those damage through. It didn't quite work against the Jax Ornn player, right? So AJ the Pro just exactly had enough lethal for us. But if he had not open attack, we would have been able to stun their board and then next them be able to do our thing. So you want to kind of set up these stuns to get rid of the opponent's blockers and be able to just push damage into them and then slowly switch out to burn them out, and that's usually what you're gonna see. So yeah, anyways, I hope that you enjoyed today's games. If you did, make sure to like the video below and subscribe to us. We post LOR videos every single day. You can also join our channel and become a member. We have 2 tiers, Gladiators and Champions, each one with the different perks. You can check that in the description below or on the join button next to the subscription button. You can also find us on Twitch at Sirturmund every now and then, and you can also find us on Discord and Twitter. The links to those are both in the description below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all again tomorrow.